Good morning and welcome back to another edition of Research Fantasy presents our MLB DFS pitcher picks for Wednesday, July 19th, 2017. We've got a small slate of games comparative to what we get on Tuesday nights. So let's waste no time starting things off with our favorite pitchers and tournaments. Let's start with Kenta Maeda at 15-2 on Fantasy Draft, 8,100 FanDuel, 7,800 on DraftKings. It is quite amazing that I'm sitting here hyping Maeda. I'm just not a believer, really, but I'm also not a believer in the White Sox. I think this is a situation where I want to grab the right-handed pitcher going up against the White Sox. That's typically yielded fair to good results this year. On another slate where it's just not too promising at starting pitcher, I don't think you could really go wrong doing this. He's got enough upside that he makes it a little worthwhile enough to consider using him. He's a viable SP2 in cash games. He isn't the best. It isn't the most exciting option, but it's something we might have to do tonight. Moving on from there, let's go to Gerrit Cole, 17-4 Fantasy Draft, 8,500 FanDuel, 8,900 DraftKings. Cole is one of my least favorite pitchers, period, in all of fantasy. Every time he's on the slate, I think I have to refer to him as a mental midget because he tends to make mistakes, and when he does, he blows those mistakes up far out of proportion. He's taking on a volatile Milwaukee Brewers team that really could have any range of outcomes from getting completely shut down to putting up 10 runs, and I'm far more expectant that it will be the extremes of those ranges as opposed to something in the middle. Cole has upside. I mean, like I said, this Brewers team can definitely be shut down. We've seen them post high strikeout numbers this year. Cole has a strong enough repertoire to really get everything going in his favor. Whether he'll be able to close out or not is a different story. I don't love him in cash games, but in tournaments, I definitely see the appeal, and he'll be one of my favorites tonight. Now for our top play. It's really tough between Jacob deGrom and Zack Greinke, in my opinion. I think that those two actually might be a little bit closer than we really would give them credit for, or at least give Greinke credit for. Everybody loves Jacob deGrom. 24-6 Fantasy Draft, 11-2 FanDuel, 12-6 on DraftKings. Strikeout upside is there. Has been pitching very well going into the All-Star break. I kind of like the matchup here against the Cardinals a little bit more than the Reds, so I'll side with deGrom. It's tight and it's close. I think that's what I'd rather do for the night. I wouldn't be surprised if Greinke ends up as a high-scoring pitcher, but I think that there's quite a bit more volatility tied along with him. All right, that'll wrap it up for today. Once again, our three favorite tournament options. 4 pitchers: Kenta Maeda, Gerrit Cole, Jacob deGrom. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel below. Head over to researchfantasy.com. Check out what we've got going on there. Like us on Facebook at Research Fantasy. Follow us on Twitter at Research and Win. And join us again tomorrow.